Historians associate Alexander's death in Babylon in 323 BCE with the beginning of the Hellenistic period. Coincidentally, that was a mere year before Aristotle dies in 322 BCE. When Alexander died, there was no clear lineage, and so as a result, his empire, this tremendous territory that he managed to conquer in this really short period of time, gets divided up amongst his general, or docii, and they ruled over independent swaths of it with varying success and for varying lengths. As a result, the Hellenistic period has a sort of fuzzy or indeterminate ending point, according to historians. Some historians associate the end of the Hellenistic period with 146 BCE, when the Romans conquered the Greek heartlands. The more conventional date for the ending of the Hellenistic period is 31 BCE, when Octavian defeated Mark Antony and Cleopatra in the Battle of Actium, conquering the Ptolemaic Empire, thereby conquering the last of the Hellenistic empires. For our purposes, it won't matter too much. What is important is that during this period, the Hellenistic period, the Greeks spread their culture and language far into the east, as far as modern-day India. The figures that emerge during this period that we're going to attend to start with Herophilus, who was born in 335 BCE and died in 280 BCE. He was born in Chalcedon, which was a city in the Ionian Peninsula there, below modern-day Istanbul. But he eventually moved to Alexandria and founded a school of anatomy. Euclid, we're really not quite clear whether Euclid even existed. If he existed, he was probably born sometime around 325 BCE and died sometime around 265 BCE. I say we don't know if he existed because there are references to him, but there are only secondary source references to him that occur centuries later. None of the surviving editions of Euclid's Elements actually bear his name, and so there's a certain extent to which we don't know for sure whether or not Euclid existed. All the documentation about him might have been destroyed when the library and other structures in Alexandria were destroyed. It's just not clear. Our third figure is Erasistrus. He was born in 304 BCE and died in 250 BCE. He, like Herophilus, was a Greek anatomist, and he was the royal physician under Sicelius I of Syria. He was born on the island of Chios, but he eventually moves to Alexandria as well to found a school of anatomy. Now, after 31 BCE, it's definitely the case that the Roman Empire is the dominant force. This is the age of Rome after this period, but there's only one figure that we're going to be looking at for the purposes of our class, and that is Claudius Galenus, or Galen, who was born in 129 CE and died either in 200 or 216 or 17 CE, depending on whether you listen to Roman or Arabic scholarship. He was born in Pergamon, which was a city again on the Ionian Peninsula, and like Herophilus and Erastius, Galen was known as a physician and had at least some indirect anatomical knowledge.